everyone, it's Katie from Paradise Falls family, and welcome back to our vlog series covering our 3-week trip to Florida, the Bahamas and the Deep South in August 2025. In today's video, we'll be continuing this by looking at our time in Savannah. We spent a lovely afternoon here to break up our drive from Port Canaveral to Hilton Head, so we'll give you an overview of the city, a feel for what you can get up to, as well as some tips for your visit. Before we get started, if you're new to the channel, we're a family of 4 who love to travel the world together, and we create informative family travel vlogs. We cover the places we've visited and talk about our own experiences with the aim of helping you make the most of your family trip. We've covered loads of places already on our channel, from Europe to North America to Asia, so make sure to subscribe to our channel and check out some of our other videos. You can also find us on Instagram, TikTok, and we also have a website, www.adventuresxparadise.com, with our friends Adventures by Nap, which we're still adding to, but will eventually cover details of all of our trips, as well as guides to things like cruising, Walt Disney World, and other popular family destinations. So make sure to check all of that out when planning your trip, or if you're just looking for inspiration. So to start off with some background, Savannah is a wonderful old city located in southeast Georgia, right on the border with South Carolina. It's located about an hour from Hilton Head Island, so was perfect for us on our way to the Disney resort there. It also means it's a great day out if you're staying in the area. It's known as America's first planned city and played a key role in both the American Revolution and the Civil War, meaning it's brimming with history. In fact, it's perhaps most well known for its really well preserved architecture, meaning a great way to enjoy this city is simply to wander the old streets and take in the atmosphere of this gorgeous city. Savannah nowadays is a big tourist destination, and while there isn't a string of typical tourist attractions, people visit to enjoy the history of the city, the architecture, and the lovely atmosphere. As I mentioned, we only spent an afternoon here, and a rainy one at that. But we got a great feel for the place and would really recommend visiting if you're in the area. Only having very limited time, we wanted to focus on the very centre of the city and get a feel for the history of the place. So we decided to focus on the historic district, which is perhaps where most tourists are drawn initially. This area really is the heart of Savannah, filled with cobblestone streets, 22 beautiful squares, historic homes, churches and museums. You can shop, get something to eat or take in a tour, either by foot or bus, and this area really is a must visit while you're in the city. For us, we decided to park up and spend a few hours just wandering the area. A guided tour perhaps would have given us a little bit more information, but we didn't know how long we'd have and wanted to keep it a really relaxed afternoon. There are several multi-storey parking garages towards the river if you're driving, and these were great value. Then we jumped in an Uber to take us to Forsyth Park, where we planned to start our walk. Forsyth Park is at the southern edge of the historic district, and it's basically the central park of Savannah. It's a beautiful park filled with Spanish moss-draped oak trees, walking paths and large grassy areas which are perfect for picnics. It's one of the main sites in the city and is where you'll find the iconic fountain that appears on almost every postcard of Savannah. Unfortunately for us, this was being renovated while we were here, so we didn't get to see it properly, but hopefully you'll have more luck. We spent a bit of time wandering around here and the kids enjoyed playing on the playground. Top tip, there are some restrooms and a cafe next to the kids' playground that are attended and very well kept, so this makes a great stop off all around if you're just wandering. From the park, we then worked our way back north towards the Savannah River, zigzagging a little to take in different squares, sights and shops. First off, we headed up to Monterey Square, which is a lovely square, really picturesque and has the Mercer Williams house on its west side. This is known as the most haunted house in the city, and you can take tours if this is something that you would like. We only popped into the shop briefly, but it did look fascinating if this is your type of thing. We then continued heading north until we hit Jones Street, where we then turned right. Jones Street is one of the prettiest streets in the city. Very picturesque houses, old streets, moss-covered trees and American flags. It's just really charming and atmospheric and a lovely place to wander. After a few blocks, we headed north on Abercorn Street, through another square until we reached Cathedral Basilica of St John the Baptist in Lafayette Square. This is a really impressive cathedral, but was another one under renovation. This cathedral has wonderful Gothic architecture with beautiful stained glass windows and intricate murals. It's one of Savannah's most photographed landmarks, so a good one to stop by. From here, if you continue north, you'll reach Colonial Park Cemetery. This is where you turn left to reach Chippewa Square, and it's where a lot of tourists head when in Savannah. This is the square where Forrest Gump sat and told his life story in the iconic movie. Unfortunately, the bench is now gone. This is in the Savannah History Museum, and the spot where the bench once was, on the north side along Hull Street, is now filled in with bushes. So it doesn't quite have the same feel, but it's still really cool nonetheless. And regardless of the Forrest Gump connection, it's a lovely part of the city to enjoy. After Chippewa Square, we zigzagged the streets north until we hit Broughton Street. This is the main commercial drag of the city, full of a mix of boutiques and high street names. We were recommended to try Leopold's ice cream, which is a local institution, but we didn't quite have time. This is also when the rain started really coming down, so we had to speed up the last part of our walk a little bit. We reached Ellis Square, which is one of the biggest squares in the city, complete with a wading fountain, statues, shops, restaurants and the city market, which is a vibrant open-air market with art galleries, live music, restaurants and shops. As it was raining, it didn't quite have the same atmosphere though, and we pretty much had to run for cover into the first restaurant we could find. In our case, the Wexford, Savannah's Irish pub. We had a gorgeous meal in here. Perhaps not the best if you wanted to experience local cuisine, but great for a picky English family looking to get out of the rain and enjoy a good meal. It had a really extensive and different menu and was good value, and we'd recommend stopping in here if you're nearby. After drying off a little bit, we then had to pretty much call it a day, as the rain was really coming down heavily now. This was a shame as we did have more we wanted to see. In particular, River Street, which is a lively waterfront area with cobblestone streets, shops, restaurants, bars, and gorgeous views of the Savannah River. This was our original plan for dinner before the rain started. As a result, we never made it down here, which was a shame, as we'd hoped to spend another hour or so here in the sunshine enjoying the atmosphere. However, we did manage to head back along Bay Street on our way back to the car. Bay Street is another mossy oak-lined street with iron bridges and elevated walkways over the streets below and gas lights lining the streets. We got a feel for it, but everything was closed, deserted and wet through by this time. All in all, we spent around 3 hours here start to finish, so that gives a feel for how compact the city is and how you can get a real feel for the city in just an afternoon. Of course, there's a lot we didn't see, which I'll move on to now. Savannah has so much more to offer than you can fit in with just an afternoon. I've already mentioned the haunted buildings. Savannah is one of America's most haunted cities, and there are loads of tours on offer with this theme. Ghost tours, on foot or by trolley, are a fun way to explore the city's spooky side, especially at night if you're staying over. If you're not into the spooky stuff, there are plenty of regular trolley tours of the city, as well as riverboat cruises out on the Savannah River. So several ways to see the city from the land and water. If you fancy taking in some museums while you're in the city, we've already mentioned the Savannah History Museum, now home to the Forrest Gump bench, as well as other exhibits and artefacts taking you through the history of the city. There's also the American Prohibition Museum, the only museum in the US dedicated to Prohibition. Heading out of the city, there are a couple of popular places to take in. Bonaventure Cemetery is the first, a renowned cemetery known for its haunting beauty, elaborate statues, and centuries-old oak trees draped in Spanish moss. If you have the time, it looks to be worth the trip out here. The second is Tybee Island. This is Savannah's beach area and looks lovely. Incidentally, it's also where they shot the latest Baywatch movie. And the third is Wormslow Historic Site. This is one of the most photographed sites in town, and a 1.5 mile corridor of mossy oaks known as the Avenue of Oaks. So all in all, lots to do to warrant at least a day or two in this wonderful city. Hopefully this gives you a pretty good overview of some of the things you can enjoy here. In the rest of the series, I'll go into more detail on our time in Atlanta next week, followed by Walt Disney World, so watch out for that. If you think we've missed anything, feel free to let us know in the comments below and we'll do our best to help. If you found this video useful, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel, as it really makes a big difference to us. We've got loads more videos already on our channel and information on our website, so please check those out for more family-based travel guides. Thank you all so much for watching.